15 years. I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like that. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV here with something a little wacky, weird, and different today. I don't know if you're going to love it, I don't know if you're going to hate it. I know that I thought it was pretty interesting. This is one of those new Imagine AIM series. This is their single axle smaller series. And this new model, the MS, has a Murphy bed in the slide, which sounds kind of wacky, and I've never seen a manufacturer really accomplish that effectively before now. It's always been like some kind of weird lumpy bed, and it is still a bendy bed mattress like you find with most of the Imagines, but it actually lays flat. You know, it's not like half up, half down, kind of weird stuff. But what that accomplishes is it takes the biggest single fixture in a tiny camper, the bed, and it makes it go away. And during the day, you have a sofa staring straight at the entertainment center. They have an extended kitchen that you could easily use as like a dining bar. So you have dining, you have a sofa, and you have a bed with a really good kitchen and dedicated bathroom in something that's 17 feet 11 inches and barely weighs 3,700 pounds dry weight. They've done some very cool, different kind of things on here. Again, the front kitchen is surprisingly good. The prep space that you have in this little trailer is fantastic. The awning's not exactly large, but it's not like you could put a 20-foot awning on an 18-foot trailer, you know. Up top, they've got a base battery-tending solar package, but there's some other cool things here. Like, the AIM series is actually one of the first times you've seen Grand Design use Asdel or any sort of composites within their build, with the exception of a couple of their toy hauler ramp doors. They've also got an enclosed docking center, which is a little bit uncommon and not something you often find in a little rig like this. Goodyear tires, enclosed heated belly, all kinds of cool little things wrapped up in this one. I'd be kind of curious to know what you think about it here, and we'll see what she has to offer. And really, I have to give this Imagine AIM series credit. This, when you're talking smaller spaces, single axle RVs, it becomes harder and harder to try to arrange things in a more unique, interesting, kind of exciting fashion. And like every single one of their floor plans is, well, no, there's one. Sorry, squirrel. But with one exception, I've never seen anything like basically all of their floor plans. Things like they're finding ways in a small camper to give us campsite window coverage. They've extended what is either the kitchen counter or you bring a couple chairs or stools or something and you have instant dinette. You've got a cool little breakfast bar overlooking your campsite window right here. And even if somebody's sitting there munching, you could be on the sofa behind them still enjoying your entertainment. They've also, across the entire Imagine lineup this year, they've gone to these, like, dimmable lightsaber beams for lighting up top. And I don't know, it looks really cool to me. I'm really digging that whole feature and function. These are a full 8-foot wide, which is less common, not unique, but less common in single axles. And they've maintained like all the things that you think of when you think of a Grand Design Imagine, like the carpet list, the really striking kind of color palette. I know someone's rolling their eyes right now going, dude, it's just brown on brown. It has a good look to it, in my opinion. I think they have a really good looking aesthetic. They've been able to maintain all of that here, I think, very, very effectively. And again, the total square foot of countertop space in this little RV, I think is very impressive. Now, this is interesting over here. It's either like a wireless phone charge pad, or it's just like a little pop-up USB set. It's not a full-on pop-up power tower, like you might see me reference in some of my videos. It doesn't have like household outlets, but if you notice, you've always got some of those not too far away. Now, that is a convection microwave down below. There is a technical slight difference between convection and air fryer, but in that size of a unit in an RV, there really isn't, because the same manufacturer will sell them for $10 more, a sticker that says air fryer, even though the physical unit is exactly the same. Some more household and USB outlets down there. Right next to your either sofa or bed is kind of a nice little touch. What I was getting at there is this doesn't have a traditional propane oven. You have that convection microwave, which, you know, for the most part, you're going to get some meals in a hurry out of that. I think when it comes to little campers like this, it's more common than in a lot of your, like a full-time or fifth wheel, people might cook inside of it. But a little rig like this, I think some people do like to take some of the cooking and some of the heat outdoors. But hey, if you need to cook inside, you do have that capacity right there. And just to let you know, you do have some breeze windows across the front. I think I would probably use this like a little appliance corner, especially considering they shove some household outlets right up there in the nose of it. You'll find those same things in the other side of the RV. What would you put in this pocket, by the way? I'm kind of curious. And thankfully, it does have that little, hey, don't let stuff fall out kind of bar right there. Now, up front here in this big countertop, we have like an interesting, like center mounted stainless farm sink. Unconventional, but kind of cool. I kind of like it right here. Something else we have is, it's almost like from a Class B motorhome, this 12-volt compressor fridge. So taking a look around at all the storage right here that you have with this thing. Some of the storage, like some of the overhead cabinet doors or something like that, they might kind of overlap. But I don't know anytime somebody necessarily needs to have every single thing open all day, every day. I think that you just open the cabinet you need to. So the fact that they overlap, I don't really knock them for it. I don't think it's too big of a deal myself. I like that there's good drawer space in here. And the straight across from the entertainment center, obviously you have your sofa. Now it does have a fold down, what I call cinema seat. There's some easy reach storage below it because they built drawers right into it. But it is, I think, the best execution of a Murphy bed in a slide I've ever seen in my career. Now, to be fair, I've only seen it literally a handful of times, and I've never seen it done well. Usually what happens is manufacturers, when they're doing it, they'll have like a, the mattress is kind of lumpy, it's unlevel, all kinds of stuff like that. So it's nice to see that they actually included a platform, that everything kind of comes down flat, level, that it just works, and it has its own breeze across window. That goes right across the dining windows. They've just done some good work right there. Now, you may have noticed that little motion light kickoff. That is very handy if you wake up in the middle of night or if you get back to your RV in the evening hours. And you want to kind of be able to see, what's going on, like four non-blondes in this thing. And obviously, that Bluetooth smart TV, well, I'm sorry, Bluetooth. It's not a Bluetooth TV. Because it says Bluetooth remote control connection. The TV's looking for a Bluetooth remote control, so that popped in my head. That is a smart TV. That's all I was trying to say. I thought it was very funny, by the way, that when I was recording my quick footage, the name of the TV, Attitude, popped up. I suppose if it works, you've got a good attitude. But if the TV doesn't work, well, then you must be one of the people with a bad attitude. That was such a stupid joke. I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to get it out. It was so dumb. My daughter is groaning so hard right now. So anytime we go on vacation, whenever we're in the elevator, I just start busting out dad jokes. And I like to tell my daughter that just like this elevator, my jokes will never fail to let you down. And one time while we were in the elevator, another family was there with us, and the dad with that family goes, I was like, yeah, dad code. Anyway, 6.5 foot ceiling means that if I stand in the shower, my head's definitely in the bubble. You've got surprisingly good room around the toilet. They really nailed the angling on this. But what's also cool over here in the bathroom, the storage is sneaky good. Because what looks like a medicine cabinet, the left half is actually nice and deep. So you literally do still have a place for towels and body washes and stuff in this little bathroom. That is not something I necessarily expected. And I haven't eyeballed it yet, but I got a feeling when we close this slide, the road mode's going to be pretty darn good. Man, wow. I tell you what, I underestimated the depth of that slide. That is a full depth slide right there. And that sofa mounted in the slide, it does really come up in here. However, the good news, I don't see that it's actually stopping you from using the RV. Now, with that Murphy bed being in the slide, the one thing that I don't think you're going to be able to do is use the bed in transit, but give me half a second here. I might give it a shot. We'll find out. I don't think it's going to work out, but what I want to show you here as I spin you around like a record baby is that from the entry door, you can get up to that front kitchen. You can get to the bathroom. I don't necessarily recommend sitting all the way on the inside edge of a slide that's retracted and not fully extended. It looks like you could use that for destination or for travel dining. I just can't really recommend it. Let's check the bed. Yeah, I was afraid that would happen. The bed, wait a minute, I wonder, what if you had the bed down before you close the slide? Stand by. Okay, this just got very interesting.
visually looks like you can still pretty much use the bed in the slide even when it's closed. However, what I don't know standing here at the time I'm recording this is if structurally Grand Design can recommend that. So in case you're wondering like what I'm talking about, most towable RV manufacturers don't test their RVs to sit and occupy in a slide while the slide is retracted. There's less than I can count on one hand exceptions to that rule in the RV industry. This slide might be structurally capable of supporting that, but I don't know that. So if that is a really big important item for you, you may want to kind of consider like calling our team ahead of time to have us like investigate that a little bit further for you, because even with all the people running around here right now, the response I'm getting is, I don't know, and I don't want to be the one to say it.
Now, what's great about this one is that for a number of reasons, you know, it's highly towable. You don't need a big, giant monster truck to haul one of these. Frankly, if you've got a decent tow package SUV or like a tow package midsize pickup, like a Ranger, Tacoma, Colorado Canyon, something like that, this could make a really solid pairing for you where you don't have to go, giant, 3/4 ton diesel or something like that to haul a trailer around. And again, the awning's not exactly the biggest thing in the world, but it's not a giant RV. They did what they could. What's also surprising here, this is still an 8-foot wide RV. A lot of times when you get into single axles, not always, but a lot of times you'll start dropping down into like some form of narrow body. It's still a standard width RV, and they still do things like the double propane tanks up front and the power tongue jack to, take a lot of the elbow work out of getting hitched up and ready to go right out of the equation. Now, sliding out here off to the side is their handy little griddle station. This is something that they've been able to squeeze into pretty much all of these Aims, which I think is really handy because, it's got a good kitchen inside, certainly. But in a little trailer like this, anytime you start cooking, you could very quickly start affecting the heat of the interior of the RV very quickly. So getting some of that kind of out of the equation is awful nice. And for in one of my previous Imagine Aim videos, I don't know how I missed it, but these do have a stovetop exhaust vent hood. I mentioned in one of my videos that they don't, and everyone's like, are you sure? Because I think I saw one in your video, Josh. And I was like, yeah, you did. I'm dumb. Now, an easy thing to miss on this, mostly because, we're between two ferns with Zach Galifianakis over here. There is a 1.5-inch receiver hitch on the back. That's called a Class 2 receiver. I believe that's 150-pound rated, so it's definitely just an accessory hitch, but typically in most states you can't tow doubles behind a travel trailer anyway. So I love how they still include a ladder to get you up to that fully walkable roof. And remember, they do also have a factory solar package up top here. Not the world's biggest solar package, but it's a solid little battery tender, if you want to be able to, keep your battery ready to go so that power tongue jack's good to go. And it's handy to have it there while it's in storage mode, Up front here, you see you've got a tankless on-demand water heater and your furnace. Both of those hot air exhaust points are over here on the driver's side of the RV. And this I thought was really cool. This little camper, it doesn't have like a front pass-through storage compartment like a lot of campers do, because it doesn't have a front bed that the storage can go under. So what they did here is under the headboard of the bed, built right into the slide, they have a storage bay. And really, it's fairly nicely sized. I think to really maximize that, you might get some kind of storage totes so that, you can really kind of, pack stuff up sideways above each other, whatever the case may be. Basic little docking center there. That's also where your solar controller is located. And one of the only things that I think is a little bit of a black eye on this little camper is the fact that it does happen to be a two-headed sewer monster. And if you're unfamiliar with my nerdy phraseology, that means that it does have two sewer outlets. So you've got your bathroom black and gray in the back. That's what we saw first. What we saw just now is the kitchen gray only outlet. So unfortunately on this, even though it's such a small trailer with the axle dead in the middle and whatnot, they just were not able to plumb everything together. I asked them if they thought about it. They said yes. It just didn't work out in this case. So thanks again for tuning in. As always, I'll leave you a link to check on availability on these, like on our website in the video description. And I would normally leave you some options to see like what's a little bit similar to this, but this, as far as I've ever seen, is really pretty much a Unicornosaurus Rex. I've never seen something else quite like it. Now, remember, on our website, we might be able to publish MSRP for you, but they do have a specific manufacturer's advertising policy on these that we are not able to display a discounted sale price on most of our Grand Design products. I really don't like that, but that's the letter of the law. And if we're willing to follow inconvenient letters of law, imagine the kind of things that, we'll do for you when the time comes. So, when the time comes, when you're ready, give us a call. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.